Oil companies will be implementing another big-time oil price increase on Tuesday. This is the 10th straight week of fuel price hikes. The bill increasing the age for determining statutory rape has been signed into law. Republic Act 11648 raises the age of sexual consent from 12 to 16 years old. And over 1.5 million people have fled the Ukraine since the start of Russia's incursion into the country. U.S. and European allies are now mulling a possible ban on Russian oil imports on top of other sanctions. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Motorists flock to gasoline stations as early as Sunday to brace for the upcoming big-time oil price hike tomorrow. Shaila Francisco with that story.
Motorists occupied one lane of this road in Taguig City on Sunday afternoon. Turns out, these vehicles were lining up to get their gas. Until this morning, long lines greeted motorists in some gas stations in Quezon City. This as a massive oil price hike will take effect on Tuesday. Diesel prices will jump by nearly 6 pesos per liter, while gasoline will increase by 3 pesos and 4 pesos per liter for kerosene. This will be the 10th straight week of oil price hike. But motorists still have time to gas up, as some oil companies will implement the increase after midnight, while others will start at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Experts blame the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine for the oil price hike.
Russia contributed around 5 million barrels per day. Dahil nga pag-trade ng oil, yung mga speculation, yung mga sentiments, nagko-contribute sa pagtaas ng presyo.
The country's fuel prices are following current world market prices to ensure competitive pricing since oil companies are deregulated. The Energy Department explains that staggering the current price hike will not work as more increases are expected in the coming weeks. To save up, some have opted to bike to work instead of using their vehicles like Harry.
Kailangan po talaga mag-bike, kailangan para makatipid. Dahil halos ang kinikita namin doon na pupunta sa gasolina eh.
Other workers who used cars on their way to work have walked and commuted instead.
Malaki siya yung epekto niya kasi bukod sa wala na siya sa budget ng family namin. Ang nangyayari tuloy, dinadivert na lang namin yung budget namin through commute. Pero ang consequence nun is yung may madami yung kinakain na time sa amin.
To ease the burden of motorists, some gasoline stations are now offering promos. One oil company is giving free rice for customers who purchase 1,000 peso worth of gas, while another is offering laundry soap to those who will spend at least 220 pesos. However, the Energy Department is urging them to provide cash discounts instead. For now, the agency has met with the Economic Development Committee to discuss the consecutive oil price hikes. They are also reviewing measures to cushion the impact of rising fuel prices. Among this is the suspension of value-added tax and excise taxes on fuel. Shaila Francisco, We Are One News.
Albay Representative Joey Salceda is urging President Duterte to declare a state of economic emergency in order to address the rise in oil prices. At today's joint session of the House, Salceda said that the declaration enables Duterte to use the 20 billion peso fund of the NDRRMC. The Congressional Ways and Means Committee chairman also said there is a provision for excess revenue collections on VAT of about 75 billion pesos, which can also be tapped. Aside from these, House leaders are also calling for a special session aimed at passing a law suspending excise taxes on fuel products.
The President should call for a special session. It is his moral obligation to the people to provide relief.
And the Trade Department said that the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict has not yet affected the prices of basic commodities here in the Philippines. In today's Laging Handa briefing, Trade Undersecretary Ruth Castello said the Russian invasion could have an impact on prices after 3 months. She explained that manufacturers still have enough supply to last for 30 to 90 days. Castella also said that imposing suggested retail prices on other commodities is not necessary, at least for now.
Hindi pa natin nakikita na mag-a-adjust tayo ng presyo sa ngayon. And we'll communicate also with the manufacturers na medyo hinay-hinay lang rin sa pag-request dahil kailangan nating syempre magtulong-tulong na naman. Parang COVID lang, nagaling tayo sa pandemic, tapos ito naman ngayon ang problema. So yung private sector cooperation and support talaga rin inaasahan natin. We have enough supply, hindi po kailangan mag-panic ng mga tao.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Groups have welcomed the signing into law of the measure that raises the age of sexual consent from 12 to 16. Under Republic Act 11648, engaging in sexual activity with those aged 16 and below is now considered statutory rape. Virginia Suarez of the Labor Advocates for Women and Workers Services said that the original measure was problematic. She noted that prior to this new law, sexual intercourse with minors aged 12 and above is only considered seduction and not rape.
Siyempre, lagi nating iniisip, ang bata ba na 12 years old, papayag ba talaga na makipag-sex? Especially, ginagamitan ito ng ng mga matatamis na salita, binobola, sa kung paanong paraan ay pinaiikot, minamanipula ang kaisipan.
Alam mo ba yun? Hindi alam ng nanay kasi yung nanay kasi...
Alliance of Filipino Women calls on the government to effectively implement this new law.
Ayaw namin maging tokenism lang yung mangyayari. 37 laws and resolutions na protecting women's rights ang naipasa dito sa bansang ito. Ang implementation ay napakababa.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The United States says it is coordinating with European allies on the possible ban on Russian oil imports. The United States House of Representatives is exploring possible legislation for this import ban. The United Nations reports over 1.5 million people having fled the Ukraine since the start of the Russian incursion. The UN says most of the refugees are now in Poland, Hungary, Slovakia, and elsewhere in Europe. And in sports, EJ Obiena resets his personal and national record with a 5.91-meter jump in France. Obiena bagged silver at the Perche Elite Tour in Rouen. The Pinoy Olympian also expressed support for Ukraine after his record-breaking jump. His coach, Vitaly Petrov, is from Ukraine. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.